everybody. In Rendezvous Live this week, we had an interview with one of the most powerful men in the African community in Japan, Mr. Kennedy Fintan NNANJI, chairman of the Nigerian Union Japan. Robert talked to him.
Good evening, Chairman.
Good evening.
Thank you very much for accepting our interview despite your busy schedule.
Thank you.
Yeah, before we talk about the Nigerian Union in Japan, can you please introduce yourself to the readers and the followers?
First and foremost, thank you very much for this wonderful opportunity given to me as an interview, in the name of interview. My names are Kennedy Fintan NNANJI from Nigeria, a Nigerian citizen. As a matter of fact, the president of the Nigerian Union in Japan.
Okay.
The chairman CEO of NAFCEN Associates PLC Japan and NAFCEN Nigeria Direct LCL Services and E-commerce. Thank you very much for this.
Very good. You're very welcome. We're so happy to be here with you. And how many years have you been living in Japan?
25 years.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. And what can you tell us about the Nigerian Union in Japan?
Nigerian Union Japan is a wonderful organization supported fully by the Nigerian Chancellery or the Nigerian Embassy here in Japan. Nigerian Union Japan has been organized or designed to promote harmonious relationship between individuals and social groups among Nigerians living in Japan. And it is designed in a form that we have 4 regions: Nigeria Union Kanto, Nigeria Union Tokai, Nigeria Union Kansai, and Nigeria Union Kyushu. Each of the regional heads are the 4 national vice presidents. The Kanto becomes the first national vice president, followed by others. And I am there as the overall president.
Okay.
And if I should use the word president, it sounds a little ostentatious. Should I say the servant, the chief servant of all the Nigerians in Japan?
I could feel your energy. I feel you're chief.
Thank you, thank
Absolutely.
you. Yep.
What motivated the creation for such an organization?
For simply the dissemination of informations. Embassy cannot reach everyone individually.
Absolutely.
Therefore, they should pass informations to the right channel to get to the grassroots.
I understand.
So that's the main reason, to be honest, of the creation of the Nigerian Union Japan, to make sure that every Nigerian never suffered the worst form of human degradation must be accounted for. And to know when Nigerians are in great jeopardy, to know when Nigerians are rejoicing, to know when Nigerians are getting the right thing, to abide by the law, to make sure Nigerians living in Japan now understands their rights and privileges they're supposed to get. So these informations comes from the embassy, and then we disseminate them to all the Nigerians abroad in Japan. And then all the information that comes within the Nigerian community in Japan must be fairly disseminated so that people will never say, oh, we do not know about this.
Exactly. You are the chairman of the largest and most powerful African community in Japan, and NAFCEN, Japan Nigeria Direct LCL. How do you manage to work and with time between these organizations?
When a company is, built under a lot of people, that's why it is called company. Let me first of all let you know that NAFCEN Japan Nigeria Direct LCL Services and E-commerce is a branch company, a subsidiary of the parent company, NAFCEN Associates PLC Japan.
Okay.
Nigeria Union, collaborating Nigeria Union Japan and with my company means I have good subordinates.
Absolutely.
When you have division of labor, definitely work gets easy.
The labor capitalism.
Exactly. So our company becomes a company. We have a lot of workers in the company, in our factories, in the offices, disseminate works, and then they do the jobs. Then the Nigeria Union, the same thing. I have 4 vice national presidents. Yes. So I divide the labor to all of them. Then once information comes, we know this one is for the Secretary Generals, this for the PROs, this for the Vice Presidents. Okay, attend this seminar, do this and that. So once we have that smooth flow among individuals, works get easy. That's why we can tackle the whole problems.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. And what are the actions of the Nigerian Union Japan under your presidency in Japan and in Nigeria?
Nigeria Union Japan has been a focal point. And what I mean by focal point is it has been there to, for instance, particularly in Japan here, we've been promoting Nigerian culture seriously. In many times we've been organized seminars, symposiums, invite different ethnicities, different communities to come and feel Nigerian culture.
Yes.
And at the same time, in Nigeria, we often welcome new ambassadors, new presidents sent out, to make sure that we show what is called a harmonious relationship between individuals and social groups. We keep on shooting, telling Nigerians that is about to come to Japan, exchange students, informing them, giving information, vital information that they lack to them. So this is exactly socio-cultural issues is the main base of Nigerian Union Japan.
It's like the oil of the engine.
Exactly.
Ensuring that newcomers and people are here.
Exactly.
Very good. Is the Nigerian Union in Japan connected to other African associations, directly or indirectly?
Other associations in Japan, like I said before, I'm sure they are not connected to each other. Let me be blunt here. And this is exactly the kind of society we want to build from now, to make sure that Nigeria Union Japan takes the lead as the largest organization here, to call other state unions, other national unions in Japan to come together, to make sure that informations about Japan, informations about Africa, informations about the world reaches all and sundry. We are about to do that. To be honest, for now, we've not been able to achieve that. Yes.
I see. And who can join the Nigerian Union in Japan? What are the conditions to become a member?
As the name implies, Nigerians.
Yes, very good.
Yes, there are no conditions attached to it. Once you are a Nigerian, you are very much free to be a member of the Nigerian Union Japan.
And can you tell us a little bit more about the company NAFCEN Japan, Nigeria?
NAFCEN Associates PLC Japan, which is the parent company which we started, I think, in 2000, if I'm not mistaken, was formed to alleviate the problems of Nigerians abroad in Japan. My aim has been services to humanity, and I have dreamt of building an institution that be timeless in its relevance. So NAFCEN was formed as a non-vessel operating common carrier. That is a license from the Ministry of Land, Road and Infrastructure. So we have the authority to help Africans send their luggage, send their freights back to Africa without having any problem of language. Because, when you don't understand the language very, very well, it makes it difficult.
Absolutely.
For you to deal with, other partners. What exactly the most peculiar part of the whole thing. Then we now joined to know more about recycling, because we believe that recycling is the main focal point that keeps Japan clean.
It's a current issue for sure. It's very important.
Yes, because when I came to Japan, I can remember we have, empty cans. After drinking juice, they throw them off. But ever since they started recycling, you definitely find out that everywhere is very clean. Yes. Because it attaches to money. You recycle them and money comes. So we joined recycling. What are we recycling? We started recycling copper because we have received the license from the Saitama Prefectural government to dissect and make sure we recycle copper nuggets, which you find when you visited my factory the other side.
Yes.
Yes. So we have now the capacity to recycle enormous metric tons of copper per month.
Wow, that's a big business.
And then, yes, of course, send them back to smelters they'll smell them, you know, refurbish them, and it becomes 100%, and then can now reuse them to manufacture new products.
Yes.
So we now start thinking, since I have lived here for 25 years, we start thinking on how to give back to the society.
Yeah.
Since my intention has always been to build an institution that be timeless
Yes.
in its relevance, what shall we do to make sure that Japan as a nation understands the good part of Africa?
Absolutely.
The African hospitality.
Absolutely. Well, and like you said before as
Yeah.
well, building a company or doing business,
Yeah.
it's not just you in that sense. It has to be the human capital
Yeah.
and the loyalty. Yes.
So that is why, sorry to cut you short, that is why we now headed, established, and immediately summoned people in that field to develop a software that will start sending messages. When I say messages, important informations for life. We call it Apply for Life.
Apply for life.
Apply, mobile application for life, where you go and get every information ranging from civil societies, ranging from governmental issues. It is non-political, non-religious information. This is something that will help Africans and the world.
As a Nigerian citizen and a very successful businessman in Japan and Nigeria, what can you tell people who are still perceiving Nigerians as difficult and risky people to interact or conduct business with?
Well, let me first of all go back to your word, successful people. The word success is deep-rooted and cannot be analyzed in one phrase. It's a big one.
One interview.
But the success, it depends on what you have in mind and the level you want to attain, and who knows that? That's if you now feel you're successful, you'll be overblown somehow. You understand?
Well, after meeting you, I realized there's still quite a long way to go for myself personally.
So what I'm trying to say here is, to be honest, the best way to attain certain heights is to learn from those who are above you. Those who are doing better than you do.
Absolutely.
You don't just look at those, that you surpass.
Absolutely.
You must look forward. Like, as I'm sitting down here, you think of Bill Gates, you think of Warren Buffett, you think of Zuckerberg, who is just a mate or maybe just a younger guy than I do. But it's not the point. Maturity, age is not the measurement of maturity.
Now I'm thinking of you.
So what I am trying to say here is, you must know what you want.
Absolutely.
As simple as that. One of the greatest thinkers of our age has this to say, discover that. Oh, how to channel them. In the sense that finance is something that has two patterns. Let me use that word. Conclusively, if you find wealth as a pleasure, you derail completely. But if you see them as a responsibility given to you, you channel them. Yeah. No matter how little I have, I've been channeling back. I've been creating jobs. I've employed many Africans. I've employed many Japanese. I've employed in wherever you come from. Once you have the potentials to say arigato gozaimasu, thank you very much.
It's such a pleasure to really be here with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And to hear this from a very successful person.
Thank you.
And I admire that you really motivate us. I believe.
Yeah, thank you. I also want the younger ones, the newer generations that are coming to Japan, I want them to get accurate information, know the right person to meet.
Absolutely.
Sometimes who you meet when you arrive in any new country determines your fate. Therefore, if with the creation of navconnects.com that sends proper information, who is the president of the Congolese Association, Benin Association, Cameroon Association, once you come into a country that you do not know, you start from there. Call your embassy, call them, and then they will channel you to maybe answer certain questions you have and alleviate your fears. Yeah, and again, breaking the barrier means, in Japan they say "Kikoso monono jozunare." Definitely, anything you like, you do them well. If you hate Japan, if you hate America, if you hate Jamaica, to be honest, for you to succeed in that country will be momentary.
We have also interviewed Mr. Sako Lancin from Cote d'Ivoire Association in Japan. Mr. Sako is here with us to talk about the 4th edition of Cote d'Ivoire Japan Friendship Event, which is the African Festival next month in Yoyogi Park. Mr. Sako is here with us to talk about the 4th edition of Cote d'Ivoire Japan Friendship Event, the African Festival next month in Yoyogi Park. Hello, Mr. Sako, and thank you for visiting us.
Hey, Mami. Thanks for having me here. I'm really pleased, to be here.
Thank you very much. For now, it's been good with the Cote d'Ivoire Japan Friendship Day, but why did you turn it to African Festival?
Oh, it's really simple that we started in 2014 as, Cote d'Ivoire Japan Friendship Day. And, as the event is growing, we're thinking, to also invite our brothers from other countries and make something, big. From last year, the name had changed, so it's no more, the Friendship Day. It's the African Festival produced by Japan Cote d'Ivoire Friendship.
Okay, very nice. And who's the main artist for this 4th edition, and how did you choose them?
Okay, so since it's an African festival, so this means that we have to have musicians and artists, from different places of Africa. We have Swingi from Kenya. You have Ibrahim Konate and Osval from Cote d'Ivoire. The Baye brothers. And the Baye Fall from Senegal. Different from different region of Africa. And also for this year we have like a Congolese band who's gonna come, and the fashion show is gonna be organized by a designer, Congolese designer, and there'll be one Miss Congo, Dorcas. Her name is Dorcas, so she's gonna be here as well at the festival.
Also, you have a lot of things going on there.
Of course,
Yes.
of course.
And what makes the Cote d'Ivoire Japan Friendship Day different from other African festivals and other festivals?
But before the festival, we are having a business forum as well. So we are trying to promote Africa on different angles, like culturally, through music, through dance, through like different fashion shows, different things. But before that, we want to show to people that in Africa it's not only dancing and partying, but you have business opportunities as well. So that's why one day before the festival we have a business forum. It's just one set, to promote Africa on different aspects.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very good because we don't really get to see a lot of the different sides of Africa and African culture. So that would be really interesting.
Yeah.
And you have been organizing this festival for 4 years now, is that right?
Yeah. 4 years now. This year is gonna be the 4th edition.
Great. And what is your most treasured memory within the last 4 years?
Oh well, it's the impact that that event, the impact to the Japanese public. One thing that really I was really moved by, it was one Japanese girl. She came to the festival. Her name is Anako Tanaka. She came to the festival in 2014. She was student at that time, and she was university student. And she came to the festival and discovered about Cote d'Ivoire.
Wow.
And suddenly she decided, to focus on Cote d'Ivoire,
Wow.
learn French, and after she graduated from school, she now works as the Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
Wow.
And she's in charge of Cote d'Ivoire. So this is
That's
just like
great.
started. And we have a lot of stories just like that. People, they didn't know about Africa
Yeah.
before, but they got invited by their friend. They came to the festival. They, see, the good African atmosphere, the rhythm. They just like, fall in love with Africa.
That's
So
really amazing
that's
how
really good,
you got to inspire people in
Exactly.
Japan. That's really nice because for Japanese people, a lot of the people do not know a lot about African culture or
true.
Cote d'Ivoire
Yeah,
culture in
that's
particular.
true.
So like
some think, when we having the festival, some people say, oh, you're having an African festival, so it's gonna be like Maasai jumping or something like that.
just the stereotypes, right?
Stereotype, but this is real. People
Yeah.
think that it's gonna be, oh, what the food is gonna be like dachono tamago toka. I'm like, yeah.
But there's
So,
more, right?
There's more. So like, coming to this event, people discover that the different side of Africa.
Right.
So they discover, it like inspired them as well. you know, and this is one of the, you know, the goal of that, of having, you know, that festival.
All right. Do you
And last
have
question, yeah.
do you have any financial support for the festival? Like because you're like having so many artists
Yeah.
coming in, and I'm sure it's gonna be a big cost.
Yeah, this is a good question actually. You know, basically, you know, when you organize a festival, you have like two main sources of financing. It could be sponsors, you know, or you could just sell things. You know, like you can, like if you wanna participate, like a restaurant and shop wanna join the festival, they could just come and just like, you know, pay a fee for the tent. So these are the two main things. So for the sponsors, it's kind of a little bit difficult, you know, to raise the money from. But you know, we manage, you know, to raise, you know, some money from sponsors, you know, and I would like here to thank and Mitsubishi Corporation. Yeah, Mitsubishi Corporation is also helping us, and you know, others, you know, companies as well. Some companies out there, and even some people, they like from their own pocket, even if they're not, they make donations as well. So we got a lot of people. I won't say their name here because their list is too long, but I'm gonna say thank you to all of you, to all people, you know, who read, will help us for, yeah. So
Is it getting better every year?
yeah, of course, it's getting better, you know, because when you look at the number of attendees, you know, it's growing year over year.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's very good. The first year we had about like 20,000 people on Saturday, Sunday, right? And the following year we got roughly 30,000 people. And last year we get even bigger. We got like 40 to 50.
So
And
it's getting
so,
well known.
Yeah, well
very-
known. So for this year again, we even plan a run. We expect a run to be really like modest. We expect about 70,000 people.
Because I know I've been to the Yoyogi Park festivals a few times, and there is a lot of people, and
Yeah,
a
and
lot of people are expecting a lot of
Definitely.
different things going on there.
And especially for this year, they're gonna be Jamaican festival on the same day.
On the same day?
No, on the same weekend.
Oh.
Yeah, One Love in Odaiba.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but you know, we're now having kind of partnership with Jamaican festival, so that you know people going to Jamaican festival will give them flyers to tell them that there's African festival, and people at the African festival will be giving flyers out to say there is Jamaican festival. So it's like the
definitely.
One Love, you know, you're gonna be like whether you are in Odaiba or you are in Yoyogi Park, you'll be having fun, you know.
That is great. And now, since it's the fourth edition this year, how far do you want to take it? Do you have any ideas of the future?
Yeah, for the prospect, as I said, you know, is to get, as I said, to get more awareness. You know, I think is very important, and also, like we want to have it. We want to have the festival in, of course, Japan, but we also plan to have kind of offsite festival. It could be in any African country. Yeah, so we have African festival in Ghana, African festival in Cote d'Ivoire. So kind of festival like that, like have the same festival, but in Africa.
Maybe you can bring some Japanese artists.
Of course, bring some Japanese artists to Africa as
that
well.
would be very
So this
interesting.
is one thing that we also, you know, are planning in the
So
long term.
The first thing, Cote d'Ivoire in Japan
Yeah,
Friendship Festival, right?
Yeah, kind
That's
of
how
like
it
that. Yeah,
started?
that's how it started, and then it's getting to Africa. And from next year, you know, there's another festival in Yokohama. They're having African festival in Yokohama. They're having one in Ibiya Park. So from next year, we're gonna make a fusion.
So it's
So
going to be
they're
big.
They're gonna be really, really big. You know, it's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be something really fantastic.
That is great to hear now. And Rendezvous
was my
Live will
pleasure.
be there
Yeah.
to support you.
Yeah, definitely. So it's gonna be
You
on
bought the
August.
flyer.
Yeah, August 5 and 6. So, minasan kite kudasai ne.
All
Yeah,
right. Thank you very much. And you can
Yeah.
always follow us on social networks or visit our homepage for more information. Priscilla took her street mic around Tokyo and Chiba. She went to Makuhari Beach at Cameroonian Association Beach Barbecue.
Hello everyone, we are here with Mr. Kangam from the Cameroonian embassy and we are going to ask him some questions. Hello Mr. Kangam, how are you doing?
How are you, Priscilla?
I'm fine, thank you.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, so how do you feel about your fellow Cameroonians coming together like this and having a great time together?
I just have a feeling of joy because seeing people from my country getting together in their own way,
Sure.
it's something very appreciative that we like very much.
Okay, great. So the feeling of joy is huge. It's big.
Yes, you know, we live in times where our country have to live in peace, in harmony.
Yes.
And when you see people from different community of our country coming together and celebrating just life, you can only be happy to see that.
That's great. The next question is, how often do you have this gathering together?
I have to say that I was very surprised because this is the first time I've been invited to
Oh,
such
really?
event.
Okay.
And I'm quite appreciative of what's happening here today.
Great, great to hear that. Do you think that Africans should invite Japanese people to come to their community and have cultural exchanges? Do you think we should host Japanese people more often?
We live in a world which is called today a global village. And Cameroonian who live in Japan, they have some of them, most of them, they marry Japanese women for men. For women, I don't know the trend really. And I think that if you look at the people today, you will see that there's a lot of kids who were born from Japanese and African couples. And this is something great. We encourage that because that's what President Senghor, late President Senghor, called dialogue of culture.
Dialogue of culture.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. Thank you very much. That's all for today, and thank you so much for joining us. Please have a great time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. And thank you for having me today.
Thank you, everyone. We are here with this beautiful young lady today. What's your name?
I'm Megumi.
Megumi, nice to meet you. How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Great, great, great. Is this your first time coming to like an African gathering?
Yeah, this is first time for me.
First time, great.
Yeah.
How do you like it so far?
Yeah, this is great.
Great.
This is new experience for me.
New experience?
Yeah.
Do you like the food?
Yeah, it was great.
Great, great to hear that. How did you know about this gathering today?
Because my Japanese friend like invited me here.
Okay,
Yeah.
great, great. アフリカって言ったら最初に来るイメージとかってどんなものですか？
は、なんかすごい自然がいっぱいあって、果物とかもすごいフレッシュなイメージとか、動物がいっぱいいたりとか、そういうイメージ。
なるほど。他にありますかイメージとして？
なんか結構髪の毛がなんかくるくるだから編んでる人とか、かっこいいなと思う。
特殊な髪型とか特徴的な。なるほど。アフリカ人の友達とかっていたりしますか？
いないです。
全くいないですか？会う機会とかってあります？
いやあんまりないですね。
ないですか。なるほどなるほど。最後の質問なんですけど、アフリカ大陸にはいくつの国があるでしょうっていうクイズです。
35個ぐらい。
35個。ファイナルアンサーですか？35国。正解は54でした。はい、54国でした。今日はありがとうございます。Thank you。こんにちは。こんばんは。
こんばんは。
お名前は何ですか？
名前はよしこです。
よしこさん。こんばんは。今日はカメルーンの交流会があるんですけど、カメルーン人が交流会するのに来るのって初めてですか？
はい、初めてです。
はい。
はい。
はい。どんな楽しいですかね？どんな雰囲気ですか？
すごいみんなパワーがあってすごい楽しいです。
はい。
はい。
アフリカ人の友人などはいますか？
はい、います。
どんな感じの性格ですかね？アフリカ人の友人たちは。
みんな明るくて いろんなことを教えてくれます、国に対してこうすなんだよ、ああなんだよということで勉強になります。
なるほど、いろんなこう文化の交流とかもあるわけですね。
はい
なるほどなるほど。ちょっと質問に答えていただきたいんですけど、
はい
アフリカって聞くとどんなイメージがあります？浮かびますか？
アフリカはいろんなダンスがあって、
はい
みんな優しい方がいっぱいある国だと思います。
なるほど、結構ダンスってイメージなんですね、アフリカといったら。他にどういったイメージがありますか？
パワーがそれぞれ個性があって
はい。
楽しい国だと思います。
なるほど、アフリカ人すごく陽気ですからね、
はい
明るい方いっぱいいますからね、
はい
なるほど。最後の質問なんですけれども、
はい
アフリカ大陸には
はい
国がいくつあると思いますか
54個かな。
54ですか、ファイナルアンサーですか？
はい
なんと正解です。正解です。今日初正解者です。よかったです。では今日は本当にありがとうございました。
ありがとうございました
楽しんでくださいね。
はいありがとうございました
ありがとうございます。Bye everyone. See you. And we are here with this amazing gentleman. Hello. Hi. Hi. こんばんは。元気ですか？
元気です。
今日はどんな会をしにここに来たんですか？
そうですね。やっぱり夏なんでやっぱり20まあ同期であった、
は
そのバーベキュー海で楽しむ感じの集まりで、
同い年の会ってことですね。
同い年の会です。
なるほど。23歳の同い年の会です。だそうです。楽しいですか？
いやめっちゃ楽しいですよ。
そうですか
もう今日のためだけにもう
照準を合わせてきましたよ。
誰が主催者ですか？
主催者が
なるほど。
村田秀幸です。
あ、秀幸さん。ああ、もうなんか硬くていい名前ですね。そうそう、渋い、渋っていい名前ですね。すいません。はい、ということで、何が一番楽しかったですか、今日？
今日はやっぱりこのバーベキューですかね、
はい
みんなでお酒飲んでいっぱいいろんな話できて、
はい
すげえ楽しかったです。
ありがとうございます。で、このランデブー・エン・エイジアっていうランデブーっていう、まあアフリカをテーマにした YouTube チャンネルなんですけど、アフリカに対する質問、アフリカについての質問をたくさんしていきたいので、ちょっと答えていただきたいなと思います。
はい、
アフリカっていうとどんなイメージが浮かびますか？
フレンドリーとか、
はいはいはい。
あとは、まあ、ジャングル、
ジャングル、はい。他にあります？
暑い、
暑いですよ、本当に確かに実際暑いですからね。は
暑い、
い。はい。
アニマル、
アニマル、暑いアニマル、ジャングル、いいですね。あります他に。
まあアジアより
はい
サッカーが強い。
スポーツに行きましたね。なるほど、ありがとうございます。では、この中でアフリカの友人がいらっしゃる方とかいます？いますか？はい。
会社にいました。
いました？
あんまり
はいはい。
仲良くはなかったですけど、
あ、そうなんです。
ちょっと話す。
どこの国の出身でしたか？
ナイジェリア。
ナイジェリアの方で。そうなんですね。アフリカ人に会う機会とかございます？
ないです。
ないですか？外国人に会う機会っていうのはあります？
外国人、英会話教室とか。
あ、行ってます？
いや、昔行ってま
あ、
した。
なるほど。英語どんな感じですか？皆さん喋れます？
あ言葉でってこと
はい、英語です。
いや英語喋れないんですけども、
はい
無理やり合わせてもらう。
なるほどね。
はい
もうジェスチャーとかもフィーリングで行くってことですね。
そうですねもう
大事大事。
いいですね、いいですね。
ノリではい
なるほど。最後の質問なんですけれども、アフリカ大陸には国がいくつあるでしょうっていう質問です。これ一人一人聞いていくので答えていただけたらなと思います。はい。
まあ50ぐらいですかね。
50ぐらいでいいですね。はい、では次。
12
12、
かな。
50と12。はい。
でかいからね。
80ぐらいですかね。
80、多いですね。はい。
広いからな。
広いからね。だいぶ
ありがたい。
多く感じる。
なるほど。
間取って32ぐらい。
32。どこの間ですかね。はい。
ズバリ。
間取って
はい。
35。
35ですね。で正解者は一人もいませんでしたけど、ちょっと近い人いましたね。正解は54カ国でした。
ニアピン。
ニアピン。
ああ、今日皆さん本当にありがとうございます。答えていただいて、もう片付けの時間みたいなんですけど、まあ引き続き楽しんでいってくださいって感じで。
またお願いします。
はい、ありがとうございます。Everyone, thank you.
That's all for today. And before we leave, make sure you save the date for the African Festival next month. And don't forget to follow us on social networks, RVA Magazine. See you next week. Bye.